Well, Roche Bobois first, it's a store which started back in the 1960s in France. It's the story of two families, the Roche and the Chouchan, who teamed up together back in 1960s and opened what is now the Roche Bobois store, which is present in 46 countries across the world, in about 250 stores. So Roche Bobois specializes in high-end home furnishings, furniture like lounge, sofas, bedding, accessories. So all the pieces from Roche Bobois are specifically designed by a designer. So these are unique pieces. You got the Mahjong here, which was designed in 1970 by Hans Hopfler. You got various iconic pieces like the Legend bookcase by Cédric Delcourt, and also one of the rising stars at Roche Bobois at the moment is Sacha Lacquet, who designed a lot of pieces like the double sofa. So basically we've opened in Cape Town in September 2015. So far the response has been very good by the local clientele, and we got plans to expand across South Africa in the years to come. It's the first store in Cape Town. It's a store which makes about 700 square meters. All the furniture that you see here is imported from Europe. Most of the sofas, for instance, are made in Italy, they've got outstanding qualities. And the rest of the production comes from France, a bit from Portugal, and a bit from England as well. But we do have a few pieces because we want to make the local artists also have their say in what we are doing. So you shall see across the store a few paintings by well-known artists, as well as sculptures, and we're also working with some supplier of cushions, etc., and fabrics. Well, first, as I said before, we had the franchise for Roche Bobois in Mauritius in 2012. You know Mauritius, it's a very nice place, but the market is quite limited, even if the store is doing very well there, because we are furnishing all the high end of the market segment, and you've got a lot of foreigners coming to Mauritius to stay there. But well, we needed to move on and to advance our business, and that's why we came to South Africa, because nobody was present there. And South Africa is a big market, it's about 50 million people, with some very interesting places where Roche Bobois could really show what it can do for the country. So we first moved to Cape Town because, well, we fell in love with the city when we came there in 2010, my wife and I, and we said, well, this is a place where we'd like to come with our kids, and we're quite fortunate that the Roche Bobois people trusted us and say, well, okay, you guys have done well in Mauritius, so now try to do the same thing in South Africa. And so far the results, even if it's early days, have been quite encouraging. Well, I would surprise you, because I think, well, we did some basic research like the demographics, the economics of the country and the trends, etc. But I think the best marketing research for us is the feeling. What's the feeling you've got of the country? And we did that by walking around, by going and seeing the various suburbs of Cape Town, and we got a feel for that place. And we did the same thing in Mauritius. I've been quite fortunate because in my past career, I was in charge of opening stores. So, we didn't really have any complicated market research, with tons of questions, etc., and all this data. It was just a simple, a gut feel, logical questions that you need to ask to people, and then that's it. and that's how it works. It's a feeling. If you don't believe in it yourself, it wouldn't work. Well, is there a scope for Roche Bobois in Cape Town? Of course, there is. You know, Cape Town has been elected last year the design capital in South Africa. It's, well, you can see by the architecture and everything you see around that people didn't wait for Roche Bobois to be able to, well, furnish themselves because they got a lot of space, etc. You've got a lot of very good players in Cape Town as well. And we've got a market which is quite, well, requires these type of products which we don't find locally. We were quite surprised when we came in that a few of our customers were already, well, knew about Roche Bobois, because these are people who travel. They go to the UK, they go to France, they go to Germany and elsewhere, where Roche Bobois is present, of course. And so they knew about the brand. So it wasn't a big surprise for them. Of course, there are customers who don't know about the brand, but then we need to educate them. We explain what the concept is about. And also we did a lot of advertising when we arrived, and I think now, well, we are doing some good education of the target market, and they know what Roche Bobois is about. Well, Roche Bobois is an high-end furniture store. Some people might call it a luxury brand. Of course, it is an exclusive brand, but what the CEO of Roche Bobois says, it's intelligent luxury. It's luxe utile, as he says, something which has got a real value. Of course, it might be a bit more pricey than what you may find elsewhere, but it's something which will last. My own story: when I was a student in Paris in 1988, my aunt just bought a Roche Bobois sofa. But believe me, 27 years after, the sofa is still there. It's gone a bit old, so did my aunt, but it's as beautiful as it was 25 years ago. So these are products which are made to last. So as opposed to the second part of your question, do we adapt our prices to the local market? I think, of course. I'm from the school of thought that you need to price your products to a level that the market can bear. And so far, from the sales we've been doing and the response from our customers, I think we are the right price, and people think it's quite affordable. But of course, Roche Bobois is, as I said, caters to people who are willing to please themselves, are willing to invest, because investing in a piece of furniture which will last 25 years is something which costs a bit at the start, but then they are all very happy with it. So far, I think our prices are very reasonable, especially in view of the quality of the products. I think we do, and it's a good thing, because when you've got competitors, you're not complacent. You've got some established players who are there, and quite well-known European brands as well as South African brands. But the strength of Roche Bobois, as opposed to these competitors, is that we are not a specialist in sofas only. You know, we can furnish a house from A to Z with the sofa, the bedding, the dining, the accessories, the rugs, etc. Whereas the others perhaps are mostly specialized in one segment, you know, let's say bedding, or only sofa, or only accessories, etc. So no, we do have competition, and it's a very good thing. Roche Bobois, it's an international brand. As I said, it's present in 40 countries. So it might be perhaps a bit difficult to adapt each product for each specific market. But of course, we've seen some trends for the back 6 or 7 months since we've been open. There are some products that are particularly liked, some a bit less. So we can adapt ourselves in the range, because this store is 700 square meters, but you know, it's just the tip of the iceberg of what Roche Bobois has to offer. There's so many things that they can offer. So where we can take, you know, products that we've seen at their lineup meetings, etc., and try to introduce them to South Africa. But I think so far, apart from a few normal catastrophes among the products we've selected, all the rest of the products have been quite well received. Yeah. No, actually, no, not at all. Well, of course, it's a cost, but it's roughly something which is very manageable. We work with European shipping agencies, and we've got direct lines from Italy to Cape Town. Just take about 19 days. Service is very good, and freight is not. And I think worldwide freight is the cost of freight is going down. So we've been quite helped by this. So it's not that expensive freight to get the products here. And we've also delivered the products to our customers ourselves, and we subcontract with various local companies, and their service is very good and their rates very affordable. We are a really small team. We are just 6 or 7 persons working here with my wife and myself, with a majority of South Africans. But we also do employ indirectly a lot of local suppliers, transport, accountants, lawyers, etc. So of course there's a majority of South Africans which are linked to this company. We believe also in diversity, and we've got among the local staff people from various walks of life, which is a very good thing. And we bring on all their experience and culture. And this makes, well, what Roche Bobois Cape Town is all about now. Actually, I've got very good news for you. We are having our sales called Les Tentations, which are starting on the 4th of April, last for 10 days. You've got discounts going on from 5 to 25%. There are actually only twice a year sales at Roche Bobois. You've got Les Tentations in April, and then in October you've got Les 8 Jours. And so for the community of the CAP 40, we've arranged to have an early preview 2 days before, starting on the 2nd of April, for them to come in, so they can benefit before others of this outstanding promotion. We are all waiting for you guys to come over on the 2nd of April and come and enjoy all these fabulous discounts on the Roche Bobois products.